The U.S. Justice Department announced on Friday, February 7, 2026, that a key participant in the September 11, 2012, Benghazi attack is now in U.S. custody. This individual will be prosecuted for an alleged role in the deaths of 4 Americans. Attorney General Pam Bondi identified the suspect as Zubair al-Bakash. He arrived at Andrews Air Force Base early Friday morning. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro confirmed she informed the surviving family members of the capture in advance. Prosecutors have filed an 8-count indictment against al-Bakash. These charges include murder-related offenses tied directly to the deaths of the 4 American victims. Bondi made this announcement alongside FBI Director Kash Patel and U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro. Al-Bakash is expected to face charges including terrorism, arson, and murder. On September 11, 2012, armed militants attacked U.S. facilities in Benghazi, Libya. The targets included a U.S. diplomatic compound and a nearby CIA outpost. The militant group Ansar al-Sharia was implicated in the assault. The attack resulted in the deaths of 4 Americans. These victims were U.S. Ambassador to Libya Chris Stevens, U.S. Foreign Service Information Management Officer Sean Smith, and CIA contractors Tyrone Woods and Glenn Doherty. Their deaths marked a significant tragedy for the United States. The attackers breached the U.S. compound and set fire to buildings. They later attacked a nearby annex, continuing the coordinated assault. This event became central to how the U.S. government described the incident. This arrest comes more than 13 years after the initial attack. Benghazi has remained a live subject in U.S. politics and counterterrorism discussions throughout this period. The incident combined a catastrophic operational failure with a rapidly deteriorating security environment in Libya. Public demand for accountability has also remained enduring. This prosecution addresses that persistent call for justice. It demonstrates an ongoing commitment by the United States to pursue those responsible for attacks against its citizens and interests abroad. This arrest also reinforces a consistent U.S. approach to terrorism cases. If suspects can be located and transferred, the United States often prefers federal court proceedings. These proceedings typically take place in Washington, D.C., rather than relying on local prosecutions in foreign countries. The outcome of this case will ultimately depend on the evidence presented. However, the decision to bring al-Bakash into a U.S. court reflects a deliberate jurisdictional and strategic choice by the Justice Department. This action underlines the seriousness with which such attacks are viewed. The case also highlights the extensive efforts involved in international manhunts and intelligence gathering. Bringing a suspect to justice more than a decade after the events showcases the long-term reach of U.S. law enforcement and intelligence agencies. It reiterates the message that accountability for acts of terrorism will be pursued regardless of the time elapsed. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay informed.